Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to be back. I did not film for a week. I was getting the rhythm of filming every week and having the video up on the weekend, but you know, life happens and I was not feeling my best for the past week, but I still missed you. I still missed filming and I'm really happy I'm back. I'm really happy that I created this look. But anyways, besides that, I'm pretty sure you're here to see how I created this look, or at least to see what I used. So if you're interested in seeing the products and how I created this look, just keep on watching. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get to it. So to start with, the palette that I'm going to be using, it's going to be this one by Juvia's Place. This is the Magic Mini Juvia's. I'm going to be using these two shades, this one right here and this one right here. The name is Aja. I don't know if you guys can see on camera right here, but it looks like a really dark green, but once I swatch it on my finger, it looks black, kind of like a really ashy black. It does not look green anymore. I feel like it doesn't look green once I swatch it, but that's fine because we're going to be using other methods to make that black green. So to apply Aja, I'm going to be using this small blending brush. It's going to be the M507, and I'm just going to apply it on the inner and outer corners of the eyes. I'm going to kind of blend it towards the center of the eye, but not all the way. I'm just gonna apply it right there, and then we'll blend it afterwards with the green. First of all, before I forget, I was about to start. We're gonna use the eyeshadow primer. The eyeshadow primer that I'm gonna be using is the CoverGirl Lid Lock Up, which is the one I've been using a lot lately. It has become my favorite now. Blend it out. I mean, I'm already grabbing some of that black, but that's okay because we're gonna be blending it out anyways. Are you guys ready for Valentine's, or do you guys celebrate Valentine's? For sure, my next look should be a Valentine's look. Remember to set that inner corner, especially right now that we're using black. I don't want a lot of dark on these areas. Okay, now we're actually going to start with the shade Aja and that blending brush that I showed you before. And we're going to be really careful to add it right on the corners like I said. Okay, so I forgot this part, but before I keep blending, I'm going to go ahead and use any bronzer color. I just want to add it as a transition shade between these colors and no shade. The bronzer that I'm going to be using is just going to be the Hoola bronzer. It could be any bronzer. I just want kind of like a neutral or like skin tone color. I'm going to add it right on the crease and start blending. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm going to go ahead and add the green. The green that I'm going to be using is the one that I just showed you. The name of it is Buzo, this one over here. I'm just going to use an eyeshadow brush, and I'm saying that just because this is just a regular eyeshadow brush. It doesn't have a name. I used to have it. It's that old that the name is not there anymore. Okay, and I'm just packing it on and drag the line. Now that I literally just marked the area where the brightest part of the green is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and start blending it towards that dark shade, which is Aja. And once I get to the dark part, I just start adding that green on top of that black. And don't worry, we're going to go and deepen it even more later. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back with that bronzer and I'm going to start blending the edges of the green and the black. So just so it looks a little bit more seamless and blended. Now I'm going to go with a bullet brush and I'm going to go back into Aja and start deepening the areas where I did add the green on top of that black. You guys, I'm right here doing my makeup, but what? I can't speak. I'm right here doing my makeup and I have no idea what I'm going to make for dinner. Okay, now I'm liking how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of that green just in the center. Ooh, wrong brush. I was about to mess it up. Just in the center. No difference, but I wanted to do it. Okay, so now I'm gonna be using a black. This is a regular matte eyeshadow. This is, yeah, this one's from Anastasia. This one's from Anastasia. Why can't I? This one's from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I do have one that is just matte black from Ulta. That one's just as good. It's just I couldn't find it, so I'm gonna be using this one. And then I just use a regular bullet brush, and then I apply that right in the inner and outer corner. I don't blend it as far as I did with Asia, but I do blend it just in the inner and outer corner just to deepen that transition and that depth of the eyeshadow. Okay, so I try to clean up the outer corner just with my finger. Right now it's not working, so I am gonna do it as I should have done it. Okay, I'm gonna go back with Asia, and then I'm gonna define that wing a little bit more, since this one is a little bit more defined as well. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to ruin it. I like how it looks, and I'm just gonna leave it there. So all I do now, I am gonna apply a little bit more of that bronzer to blend it out a little bit more. Okay, I feel content with how blended it is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the eyeliner. For the eyeliner, I'm just gonna be using the regular old Inglot gel liner, and I'm just gonna do a regular basic liner. I'm not doing a wing because I don't want to add more to what I have already going on the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use the angled brush that I usually use, the Essence angled eyeliner brush. Actually, no, the Essence Precise eyeliner brush. I thought I knew it already, but I guess I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and line just the upper lash and then just the upper water lash line. Okay, so now I'm just curling my lashes. For the mascara, I am using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High. Okay, so now we're moving on to the face. To correct, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal and the shade Peach Corrector. I'm going to apply that right here to the inner corners where I usually do add it around my mouth, more importantly around my mouth. This is literally why I started correcting, because I really hate these dark areas around my mouth. It doesn't completely cover it, but it helps to diminish the intensity of it right there. To blend that, I'm just going to use a regular eyeshadow brush. This one's a small eyeshadow blending brush. Applying it around my nose actually really helps with the redness in there. It doesn't make sense to me because peach is really close to red, but I guess it really does cover it though. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I didn't show you. I'm all over the place in this video today. I guess I'm out of practice from 1 week that I didn't do this. To set my face, I did use the Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh by NYX. So I know we're really deep into this year, but my goal this year is either one, for sure, is to be more active here. I did let myself go for a week, but I do plan on trying to wear these looks out. I don't go out that much, but at least the weekends I can wake up, even if I don't have a plan, wake up and do my makeup like this, or more. I mean, I feel like I'm starting to feel brave enough to wear these looks out, but I don't actually do that because on the weekends I just get lazy. So I'm gonna try to be less lazy. I want to try that. Okay, so moving on to foundation. For foundation, I will be using the NARS Sheer Glow in the shade Stromboli, who knows. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my whole face. And I'm gonna be using this sponge by e.l.f. For concealer, I'm going to be using this one by Tarte. Is the Shape Tape Concealer, and this one's in the shade A Light Neutral. We're going to do the under eyes first because I remember this dries really fast. I also forgot how yellow this shade is. For me, it's really yellow. I mean, I'm yellow already, and oh wow, look at that. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on adding it on the inner corners just because it's really hard for me to reach with any sponge there. So I use a normal or small size eyeshadow blending brush, and I just use whatever concealer that I've been using. For this one, I'm going to try to be really careful. Hopefully I don't regret this of how much I add because it's really light. Okay, so that's blended enough. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to adding concealer to the other areas of my face, which is right here. So I was gonna add some to my nose, but I feel like the one that I put on my forehead, I already pulled it down, so that's good enough for me. Okay, so to set my face, guess what I'm gonna be using? Yes, it's gonna be the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Setting Powder. Maybe I need to change it a little bit, but for now, these are my favorite ones. So I heard supposedly now you're not supposed to set your whole face anymore, just in areas, but I can't do that. I don't feel like I can do that. So I'm still gonna set underneath my eyes, around my nose, in between my forehead. And that's it. I don't set anywhere else, and not for now. I do set like underneath my eyes. Underneath my eyes tends to get really crazy sometimes. And then on my forehead it's really greasy. My nose is really greasy, so I do make sure to set those areas. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bronzer. So for bronzer, I haven't changed it a bit. I'm gonna be using this shade over here by the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. For bronzer, since we were already using the Hoola bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and use the same one again. Okay, and before we forget, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I'm not going to be using the contour because I already feel like my nose is a little bit contoured since I just added the concealer on straight down my nose. I'm just going to add a little bit right here around the tip of my nose, a little bit of bronzer, and that's it. A little bit on the bottom as well. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to be using this Butter Blush by Physicians Formula. This shade that I'm using is Plum Rose. A little bit on my nose. There it goes. I'm going to be using this highlighter by Sophie X by Makeup Revolution. This one over here. Okay, so now we can actually go back to doing the eyes. Let me go ahead and do this eye and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. To start with, I'm going to be using the black eyeshadow that I already used, the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Morphe M213 and it's just a regular matte black eyeshadow. I'm going to be applying that all along the lower lash line. Okay, so now that I added the matte eyeshadow, what I'm going to be using to blend it, it's going to be the bronzer that I've been using. It's the Hoola bronzer. I'm going to be using that to blend out that black, but I still try to stay within where that black line is. I don't blend it too much down either. Okay, so I did add this eyeliner by Jordana. It's in the shade Sea Green. It doesn't really show through, but I already added it on this eye. So now for the inner corner, I'm going to be using first this shade right here from the Masquerade by Juvia's. I'm sorry, this one right here. This is the shade Giza. I never know how exactly you pronounce these names. I mean, I can barely speak English. What do you expect me to do? And I just add a little bit of that shade. It's not a lot. Okay, and because that one is pink, I had already done this on this eye, so I don't like that it's really pinkish because I feel like green, I'm pretty sure green is a warm tone, so I'm trying to stick to warm tones as well. So I'm going to be using this highlighter by the palette that I had already used. This is the gold highlighter, the goldest that there is in this palette, and I'm just going to add that on top of that eyeshadow that I already added in the inner corner. Okay, so now that I added that, I feel like I'm pretty happy with the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and add mascara to the bottom lashes. Okay, I I did apply a heavy coat, but I feel like it goes with this look, so I don't mind them sticking out. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add the lashes. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with the eyelashes. These eyelashes are not from a specific brand. These are from AliExpress again, and they're beautiful in my opinion. For the lips, I'm gonna be using this lip liner by LA Girl. This is in the shade Keep It Spicy, and I'm practically gonna be using mostly the lip liner because after that I'm just gonna be applying a little bit of lip gloss just to blend the whole lip liner around my lips. And because I don't want it to be too glossy, I'm just practically using the gloss to help blend the lip liner. Okay, now I'm using the gloss. For the gloss, I will be using this lifter gloss by Maybelline, and it's going to be in the shade Amber. Like I said, I just add a little bit, and I just added a little bit on the area where I didn't have the lip liner, and then I'm just using my finger to blend it all out. Okay, there we go. That also helped me kind of contour the lips, and that pretty much finishes the look. Let me just set this makeup with the same primer that I used to prime my face. So now I'm going to be using it to set my face, the Bear With Me Prime, Set, and Refresh. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I really hope I made it easier for you guys to understand the process, and really there's no specific way to do your makeup as long as you play with the colors. Also trust the process. I did try 3 times to create this look, and actually no, it was 3 times of me starting a look, and then after the 2 or 3 steps I didn't really like how it was coming out, so I ended up with this one. And this is a look that I had been having in mind for a long time. And you know what, if you have an idea, or just follow your gut on how you're gonna create it, I really hope that I made it easier for you guys to understand my process, but you can always create your own. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also find me on Instagram as Aredi Zavala, and hopefully I will see you on my next video. Bye.